Working with CS, I think one of the first things that attracted me to your company was how you take the old traditions and mold them into a way so that we can use them in a modern way. And that was always appealing to me because we live in a modern time, and a lot of our people are disconnected because of these modern times. You know, these modern times have distracted us from our old way of life, which is okay because, you know, we're progressing forward. But at the same time, we need to hold on to our past. And I always say if we're going to grow in the future, we can only do that by understanding our past. And becoming familiar with the Canadian Ecotourism Services program, one of the things that appealed to me was how technology is being used to bridge that gap. And that was always how I always thought, you know, because in working and becoming familiar with our culture, I've learned that we always adapted with technology. So for example, our ancestors thousands, hundreds of years ago, when they first encountered the Europeans, adapted with the introduction of metals. Later on, as our society progressed, ventured into the Industrial Revolution and started learning about mechanical energy, our people adapted to the mechanical energy because we used to fish out of our canoes, which made way to the gas-powered boats. Our carvers used to carve with adze and stone axes. Well, with the introduction of industrial technology, stone adzes made way for chainsaws, which allowed us to adapt and to live a lot more easy. If we want to bridge that gap with our youth and elders, the only surefire way I see of doing that is utilizing technology. So when I researched looking about doing an app development for iPhones or iPads and things like that, I was pleased to see that Canadian Ecotourism Services has a program just like that. So it was natural to engage in doing that because I see this as an opportunity here, not only for our community, but for our tourism initiative that we're trying to do here. Because not just like our young people have, every visitor I see coming through here carry an iPhone or an iPad or some kind of Android phone. So I always thought, hey, let's utilize technology and use it to the best of our advantage. I'm looking forward to this project working with CS, and I can see it growing. I mean, this is just the start, but 5-10 years from now I can still see us growing and working together because this app has so much opportunity for our young people and for our elders, because it can grow into a language app. You know, language is really important to any culture, and it's more so to ours because in my small community of 600 people, it's safe to say I probably have a dozen elders that speak our language fluently. So you have to utilize technology wherever possible. And working with CS, I see this technology being very advantageous for our people, and it's something that we're going to benefit not only in this generation, I think, but generations to go, because today's technology we have today could be obsolete. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? So, you know, at least we'll have all these culture, history digitally recorded. Because another problem our people face with is our oral history. As strong as it is, the con to our oral history is that it was never written down. And in that retrospect, that's why when an elder passes, if they have traditional knowledge, that history passes with them. So in having these histories recorded through any medium, at least they're preserved. And that's the important thing, is to preserve the culture so future generations can build on it. Now you can preserve them on a rock, you can preserve them on a painting on a house, and this is what our ancestors did. But today, we can also preserve them digitally, video, audio, photographs. So those histories can now be recorded and preserved for future generations to come. So that's why I see it's important to work on projects like this, and that's why I see a huge benefit on it, and I'm very pleased to be working with CES on this, and I am really anxious and eager to see the outcome. When you reach the end result, that's the reward.